Good morning. Guys, I love Sundays. I think if I had to pick my favourite day of the week, it's Sunday. And I guess that's because, first of all, I wake up really early every day now, but it's the day where, like, no one's really replying to you on WhatsApp. It's the day where everyone's like, I'm going to give everyone a bit of respect. And in Dubai, it never used to be like that. In the UK and everywhere like that, you know, Sundays, like, you don't fucking talk to anyone on a Sunday. But it's starting to get like that over here as well. And that's what I like. I like peace. So we start our workout every morning on Sunday at the beach. I mean, it's getting a bit hot now, but we're going to go down to Kite Beach with all the lads. We're going to do relay sprints. And it's going to be pretty difficult, but it's good. 6:30, we got to get there. You know, I woke up at 4:45 today. I just got up, which is kind of strange. And I just like accepted it and got up. So anyway, we're going to have the coffee, going to have some electrolytes, drive down to the beach. We're going to go and do a workout for an hour in the sun. Well, in the morning sun. And then, yeah, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Let's go. Fun fact, guys, these, they increase speed by about 10%.
This is just the behind the scenes. There you go, Joelus.
Let's go! Okay, so that was pretty difficult. I woke up this morning with a bit of a sore throat and a blocked nose, but we pushed through. We did 400-meter relays where we were in a team of 3. And obviously, as you know, Dubai right now is 38 degrees Celsius, so that's pretty difficult. We started at 6:30, but we started about 6:45 really, because everyone was kind of getting there. And in total did like 6 kilometers at max pace. And pace was somewhere between sort of 3.3 and 3.5, which was okay. Maybe I could have been faster, but as I said, I was not feeling 100%. Anyway, we did it, and this lovely little lady also did her thing. How do you feel?
I did 5k and I went to Auto.
Went to Auto, and she did a cycle, so that's good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah? How do you feel now?
I feel good now.
Look at her counting her monies. She got so much money.
Getting my tip money.
So we're going to go and get some breakfast now, keep it healthy, and then head back home.
Woo!
And then, yeah, prep for the week, basically. So let's get it.
Be happy.
Okay, so we kind of went for a bit of a cheaty breakfast, but we did a lot of work, so we're allowed. Beautiful.
Like back home.
Bit of pork breakfast, can't beat it. You know, 2025 for me, it's been an interesting year. And someone asked me the other day, they said, what's really changed for you? And it was the first time, I think, that I've ever said, I feel at peace with myself. Which is just, you know, something that, you know, I've been chasing forever, right? You know, one time I was chasing money. One time I was chasing nice things. You go through life chasing all different kinds of things, right? And I realized that I was like, I'm still not happy. Not necessarily unhappy, but not completely, yeah, I guess not completely happy. And I don't really know how to define happiness, but for me, it's like constantly pursuing more things. Whether that's like pushing myself to a limit, trying new different adventures. And the problem is with me is that, you know, sometimes I can struggle to get motivated. And I think that's, you know, deep rooted in me that, you know, sometimes I'm a little bit of a glass half empty kind of guy, which I talked about in my last video. I have now forced myself to think differently. And what I wanted to do in this video is explain what I'm doing, okay, to build an unbreakable mindset in 2025. Because the challenge is, okay, that I have now signed up for. So this is outside of business. This is something of my own personal doing that I want to do. And I'm doing it because for me, this is going to prove to myself that I am relentless and, you know, I do have the capabilities to do whatever I want. Because I do know that I can do that, right? And business has been great. You know, I've met some amazing people, got some great business partners, done some great things, you know, built a successful real estate business and all of the other things like that. But like I said, going back to, I felt like, you know, there was something missing that wasn't making me sort of completely happy. So, cutting to the chase, in July, I've decided I wanted to sign up for the Hyrox Abu Dhabi. Okay, so that's July the 19th. I'm going to be competing in the Pro League. That just means that you're lifting slightly heavier, doing slightly harder things. And then, you know, the Pro League Abu Dhabi Hyrox, still a big challenge, but, you know, it's still like a lot of people are doing it. It's a big hype at the moment. So I thought, what could really push the boundaries even further? Okay, that I'm capable of doing this year. So I signed up for the T100, which is a 100 kilometer triathlon. It's probably the biggest triathlon before you do an Ironman, basically. So in this triathlon, I'm going to be doing a 2 kilometer swim, 80 kilometer cycle, and a 18 kilometer run at the end. Okay, so it's 100 kilometers in total. For me, that's like, if you looked at where I am today in terms of my fitness levels, that's absurd. Now, that's not saying I won't be able to do it, because I'm a very strong-minded person. I would do it. I would finish it. I wouldn't finish it very easily. I would probably struggle. I'd probably have to stop a lot, towards the end at least. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, to train for a triathlon versus a Hyrox, two totally different types of training. One of them is very much like fast-paced cardio, explosive cardio, and one of them is endurance. So that's a lot of different cardio I need to do. So this year for me, it's going to be about documenting my entire journey, where I'm going to take you through the hardships, the good side of things, the hard side of things, where I struggle, where my mind is at, while still running my business in the real estate industry. Because it's not like I'm giving up everything and going all in with that. No, of course not. I still need to make money. I still love real estate. But this is an opportunity for me to share with those out there, those people that think, I want to do something greater. You know, I feel like my life's maybe a bit stagnated. Maybe you've been in that position where you're making money, but there's still something missing. For me, I feel like deep down, it's all about, especially men, it's about finding something that challenges you, that will take you to that next level in order for you to feel somewhat satisfied, okay? Because we're constantly chasing something and we don't know what. And what I realize is progression. Progression is what I chase. You know, if I feel like something's stagnating in my life, things are just flatlining, and then I get a bit down. I'm like, what? Something needs to change. Now, luckily, I'm a go-getter. I'll do it. If I think something needs to change, I'll make something happen and I'll make something change. So that's why last year for me was very much focused around business and building the real estate, you know, getting my personal brand out there, and I did that super successfully. So this year, while still continuing to do that, after I've built the systems in place that are needed for that to operate, then it allows me to actually do something else, something that for me is a big, big challenge. So that's 2 competitions I've signed up to this year. Now again, it's about me versus me. I'm not doing a triathlon to win. I mean, as much as I would like to sit here and say, yeah, I want to win that triathlon, let's be honest, I'm not built like a triathlon. I haven't been training for years. I want to do well, and I want to finish it. I just want to know at the end of it that I competed and tried my best. And it's the same with the Abu Dhabi Hyrox. I'm not a Hyrox athlete, although there's more chance of me getting in very good shape for that and doing pretty well. You know, again, I'm not training to be a Hyrox pro athlete. It's all about self-belief. It's all about knowing exactly, you know, what's next and finding that thing. And also, you know, if we look at these 2 competitions, I know what I'm like, especially before before we do the second challenge, which is going to be the 100 kilometer triathlon. I bet you I'll sign up for another one. Now, I'll probably do a sprint one or maybe just a regular one. Even still, you know, the sprint one is relatively easy. The normal triathlon, definitely hard, okay? And the 100 kilometer one, for me, is just mind-blowing for me to think that I'm going to do that. I've not even got a bike, so I need to get a bike. I've not swam in a while. I'd run a fair amount, but, you know, even the other day we did a 10K outside and I was dead, like, for the whole day. So there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and you're in for a good treat here, because this journey is going to be special. And again, the reason I'm doing it mainly is, again, to challenge myself, but also to hopefully inspire someone on the other side of this camera who's watching this video to actually go and do something that they didn't think they could do and push their boundaries. And I would love to know if you do that and you got some inspiration from these videos. And you can drop me a message on Instagram, you can drop a comment below in the video. I don't care how you contact me or whatever however you publish it, because I would just love to hear it, because that will make my day better. And I'll always reply to anyone who is pursuing greatness, because I think, we're all in this together, and it's all about community, it's all about building, it's all about keeping each other strong-minded. Because, in this world, you can easily get broken down and feel like you're on your own, especially with all these distractions. But just know there are people out there like me, like others. There's a guy called Sonny who's going to join me on the triathlon. If you're in Dubai and you want to join it and train with us for it, then by all means get onto it. So yeah, I'm excited to share this journey with you guys. And always stay up to date, subscribe, like the videos, because there's plenty more to come. And before I go, if anyone feels like they want to share some tips and advice, if you've done this before, I'm always open to hear advice and get feedback. So yeah, thanks guys, see you soon.